Hey you, welcome back. Now today on my channel I will be working on a character from the Eredin, Breacc, Glas from the Witcher series. Now this particular character, he is the infamous leader of the Wild Hunt, and he's one of the main antagonists in the Witcher 3, the Wild Hunt from the Witcher series. Now this particular drawing is continuing on with the theme of my channel of drawing a lot of medieval fantasy, Celtic-like characters, and this particular antagonist, similar to Sauron from Lord of the Rings, he wears a heavy, sort of a heavy medieval bone texture-like armor. And with this drawing, I'm not going to go too dark, and I'm not going to do too heavy, but I'm sure kind of going to just focus on the like almost like I'm doing an impression, like an impressionist painting or impressionist drawing of this particular character. Now, as you can see, I already did the basic outline of this particular drawing. I'm working with a 2H and like a 3H pencil. So whenever I start off, I always go off pretty light with my drawings, and then eventually, gradually, I get a lot darker. So if you think of a grayscale, going from left to right, right now, I'm pretty much going drawing the lighter portion of the spectrum with the 2H pencil, and then gradually but surely I'm going to get a lot darker and go more towards the right of the grayscale, and using a 2B, a lot of the 3Bs, all the Bs when it comes to the shade of pencils. Now here I'm still going in and adding a little bit more, not necessarily finer details, I guess you could say final details, but still staying pretty light with the shading. And a lot of the light source with this particular drawing is coming from the back of the character. But again, this type of drawing, I'm not going to focus too much on light sources. Now we're almost at the halfway point of this particular video, and usually when I get to the halfway point, that is when I start to tell you a little bit of the backstory of the particular character. Now, if you haven't played the Witcher series, they're pretty much based off of books, and there are several books that's out there, similar to like the Lord of the Rings, and this particular character is based on the third game. So if you haven't read the books or played the third game yet, I advise you, well, you still can watch the video because I'm not going to go too much into spoilers, but if you don't want to know anything about The Witcher yet, because you haven't played the game, then I advise you, skip towards the end of the video, because it's going to be a little spoiler, but not really much in terms of the main antagonist of the third game. Now again, here you can still see that I'm still slowly but surely starting to go to the right side of the value scale, and here you can see I'm already working with a B pencil to use or emphasis or highlight the areas that's in a lot darker in shadow. So that's what I'm doing here with his nose and under his helmet and in his eyes. I'm sort of slowly but surely going over the gradation and making it a lot darker with the values in this particular drawing, and try to bring out his armor a little bit more with this particular piece. Now for a little backstory on Eredin. Eredin Breacc, Glas, also dubbed the Sparrowhawk by the Unicorns, was a Ahin Ellen elf and commander of the elven cavalry known as the Wild Hunt. As its leader, he was known to most as the King of the Wild Hunt. Eredin was a high-ranking general in his world until he killed the king and became his successor. Now, a little bit more on the Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt, or the Wraiths of Morhog, as they are called in Skyliage, was widely believed to be a group of specters galloping in the sky. They were described by common folk as a cavalcade of wraiths on undead horses galloping across the sky and serving as a omen of war. In fact, they are a group of Ahin Ellen elves from Tir na Lia, who also call themselves the Durag, in their native elder speech, meaning Red Sisters, or, Red Riders. They are led by a general and later king, Eredin the Glas, commonly known as the King of the Wild Hunt. Their true purpose was to find and capture slaves from other worlds, such as the Ahin Sedin, to serve as the Elder Folk. However, they eventually set their sights on Ciri for her elder blood. Now, again, spoiler warning, Ciri's another character in The Witcher, and you sort of know more about her in the third game and in the later books. Think of her as a daughter to Geralt. Geralt is pretty much the main protagonist in the Witcher series. Also, a good way to get into the Witcher series. There's also a show on Netflix played by the main character, or the main actor is played by I think his name is Henry Cavill. I still haven't seen that the Netflix series either. So my knowledge is only on the first two books and the first two games. So again, I'm still waiting on playing the third game before I dive into later on in the story of, or the adventures of Geralt of Rivendell, of Rivia. So again, basic bio of the main antagonist in the series, so, or in the third game, so I'm not going to go too much more into it. And at this point, I am in the drawing. I'm pretty much adding the final touches, as you, like I promised. In the grayscale, I'm getting a lot darker, using my B pencils now, and just really honing in on the value of this particular drawing, on all the areas that are really dark in this composition. So yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, I do drawings every week or every other week. Thank you guys and girls once again, and catch you guys on the next one. Midori out.